Hello there.
Welcome to Breakstuff, everybody. We have a special guest yet again. Ollie Tahir is here with us. Can we give Ollie a hand, please? With a live studio audience. There's 3 of them now. 3? Yeah, there's the guy over there.
You need an exorcism.
We already knew that. How you doing?
Doing great, man.
Doing great? Because when did you move to LA?
August 29th.
August 29th. What spawned the move to Los Angeles?
Hollywood, baby.
Hollywood. Baby.
Yeah.
What about Hollywood enticed you?
All the scandals and stuff. I wanted to have a scandal of my own.
You want to have a scandal? Give me like a top 3, like what's some scandals that you would want to have?
I really want a Scientology scandal.
Okay, so what would that entail? So like lizard people type beat or something else different?
I want to be the first person who goes like high enough in the like money spending tier.
Yes.
That I actually reach Xanadu.
Oh, okay, yeah, you want to reach basically their nirvana.
Yeah, I want to reach their nirvana, and I want to reach Xanadu, and then end up homeless.
Okay.
And like start spouting that stuff on the street.
So you want to live in downtown Los Angeles?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. No, I worked there for a little bit. You see a lot of the post Xanadu kind of people.
Oh, cool.
You know. Yeah. So you just kind of so you have Scientology scandal.
Yeah.
Which is valid. I'm still waiting for Tom Cruise's because like he still seems at like the height of it, you know? And then but like I'm still waiting for like the crash because there's always a crash where they're like, "Oh my gosh, I've been doing this."
You know? Where he figures out. I don't know, like I feel like for that to happen, he needs to lose all of his money.
He does, and that would be pretty hard to do.
That's pretty. Yeah, I don't think he'll ever do that.
He literally, for the Olympics closing thing, like jumped off a roof, motorcycled, and then went into a plane in that motorcycle, and then went to Los Angeles in that plane, and then like he's just unstoppable.
Yeah, he's short man.
I mean, like that's where it's at. Short Kings. Okay, so Scientology scandal. What's next?
I think a runner-up to Scientology. The studio audience is trying to.
It's very distracting.
It's very distracting. Yeah. Okay, runner-up to Scientology is I would like to be a cult leader of my own.
Okay, so after Xanadu, running your own cult.
Right.
What would your cult look like?
So in high school I did form a cult.
You did?
I did.
Okay.
How
did it go?
It went fairly well. So I'm gonna preface this. I was a teenager in high school,
right?
Studying global politics.
Do. Okay.
And so I was a bit of an idiot, and I started a cult that worshipped Kim Jong-un.
Okay.
And this is the real
for the studio audience. We're trying to keep a professional atmosphere here.
Come on here. I'm being vulnerable. I'm being vulnerable about my trauma.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I laugh when I get a little nervous. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible.
No, it's okay. You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's just the nerves. The live audience really throws me off.
I know,
it's
right?
usually just me, Andy, and then Nimrod in the back staring at us.
And he doesn't count as audience.
Yeah, that's true. He's not an audience member. So then we just have 4 people in the audience.
So this cult, dumb teenager not realizing the reality of how North Koreans are taught about Kim Jong-un.
Okay.
And making it into a joke is like a little bit not good.
Okay.
But, that being said, I would like to do this again.
Right, but different.
And do this in a more PC, like...
How do you do that?
PC cults.
PC cults.
PC cults.
Tell me about that.
So I think like a good example of what would be a PC cult is like the worship of like an individual.
Okay.
For
I'm already in.
There you go. I think Scientology is.
Sorry.
Yeah, join. What's the character in South
so
Park?
Broad.
PC principal.
PC principal. Yeah, I think so.
Principal.
Yeah.
And I say PC not as like an insult because I think it's an important standard that we hold ourselves to. And so in the form of a cult, I think it would be like doing fucked up shit but not saying anything messed up. You know? Like like group poisonings.
Yes.
But not disrespecting.
Totally respectful.
Like
being like Like I don't know. Like give me an example.
Okay, so for example,
Like is it like poisoning them but honoring their pronouns as they're dying?
well, it's less so that I think we should all just do that anyway.
Right. Well,
But-
yes, you should. Absolutely.
but
But,
like-
I'm just saying we're trying to be PC, right?
Well, I think the way we take PC and the cult thing
Yeah.
is like, so you know about the Jonestown massacre,
Yes, of course.
right? That wasn't consensual.
I was there.
You were there.
Right, of
You
course.
survived. But that wasn't consensual. Not everybody chose to
Yeah.
drink the poison.
Yeah, for sure.
On purpose.
My gut is still a little like
It's still working through.
Like,
it.
I got a kombucha every day. It would definitely, like, I will highlight it was not consensual.
Okay.
At the Jonestown.
There you go.
know,
Exactly.
like,
And
lot
so
of
for
kombucha.
me, my group poisoning,
right.
they'd all have to sign waivers. And we'll have to get legal involved.
Right, of course. I
because-
do have a lawyer if you do want him. His name's
Oh.
Jim.
Jim?
Yeah, he's just right down the road.
Oh, cool, dude.
Yeah.
I know a Jim too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
It might be the same guy.
Well, no, because
Weird tooth, like eye patch.
Well, he has a peg leg.
I think we're talking about the same guy.
Oh,
Sometimes he takes out the tooth, so he has like the gap.
yeah,
You know-
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
Okay.
Jim used to do contracts for my band.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
small world.
small world. So yeah, I'll get Jim involved.
Okay, perfect.
And so that would be like, I think I would start a cult which would do some like messed up culty stuff,
Yeah,
but respectfully.
right.
We're all about respect here. Respectfully kill each other.
Like, is it? I still look you in the eye while I kill you. Like, kind of respect, or like, what kind of respect are we talking about while we're killing
so, like,
someone?
You know, like I would be mindful
Yes.
of the patriarchal aspect of me running a cult.
Okay.
You
so
know?
you would just let them know up front.
I would just tell them, like, I would still end up killing them
Right, of
with
course.
like a group poisoning, but I'd be like, guys,
But they're in on
I
it.
understand how misogynistic this could be interpreted as, and I'm willing to accept that there is patriarchy and hierarchy involved in this, but I'm still gonna kill you. Is the crux of it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's two.
That's two. Okay. So then your final scandal.
My final scandal.
Yeah.
I would like to be involved in a scandal. This is a fairly positive one,
Okay.
wherein
I mean, we were already pretty positive.
yeah, PC cult was pretty good.
Greasy Colt was good. I mean, I'm with it.
I think further than that,
Mhm.
I would like to have a scandal where I'm going into like writing music for film, right?
Yes.
There is a very like factory-esque kind of aspect to it.
Okay.
I would like to be in a scandal
Okay.
where I have my team of writers
Right.
that are ghostwriters,
Mhm.
but the scandal involved with the ghostwriters is that none of them wrote anything. I just paid some poor composers and gave them credits for free.
Give them credits for free. I don't know if that's a scandal.
Well, no, because like, well, maybe not for me. For me, it made me look good. Maybe that's why I want to do that.
Yeah, that's more you just like giving handouts with credits.
Yes, and I would only do this for composers who are on the OPT visa.
Okay.
So it'd be like employing them.
You're really turning out to be the good guy at the end of this one.
Well, because I had to like repair what I said.
What you did
about
before. Yeah,
but
no, I got
yeah,
you.
that was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I
that
have
was
to say.
pretty.
I'm a good person, I swear, Carson.
Yeah. Okay, so
Peace and love.
Hollywood brought you to Scandals, Scandalous Life, Xanadu, Cults, and
Xanax.
Xanax, which like you got your complimentary pack when you when you flew in, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
I went to the like Hollywood Boulevard where all the stars are.
Yes.
I
All the stars are here.
all of them, and you know, like I went to Jack Black's star,
Yes.
and it just fell in my hand.
It just fell in your
The
hand.
Xanax just landed there.
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. It just
Yeah.
happens, I guess. Like you step on a button,
Yeah,
and it's
it
like
just
you are
goes.
in Hollywood now. It's over.
You're
Drug
just-
abuse.
You're gone. You know, I'm still trying to find my drug of use. I've kind of cycled through all of them, and it's like I don't know. Sometimes I take all of them at once.
Oh, that's not very abusive.
It's not. I mean, it's more just like I'm just showing how diverse I am as a
Yeah.
human being. You know.
True. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know. So yeah, I can't decide, but yeah, the Xanax is seems to be the go-to for Hollywood. So you got your complimentary one.
Yep.
You know, you feel like you're suited up to go. I heard there was an experience that specifically kind of like shook you up. Could you
Was that good timing?
that was really good timing. It was really great timing as you cough into my mic. It was great.
I coughed at you, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Of course. Yes. So please tell me about this experience.
Yeah. So I landed in LA.
Yes, you did.
2 days later, I'm hospitalized.
Okay. So, real quick, for our viewers, I can tell our studio audience, would you mind, if I may, Could you tell us what happened in between
Those 2 days?
Those 2 days. If you don't mind me asking, I know that's a bit controversial.
Sure.
Especially on a podcast like this.
Yes.
But like, just for some clarification, I would love to know what happened. Studio audience, is it okay if what happened in those 2 days? Woo! Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're all.
So I don't know if it's okay to say this kind of thing on this platform.
Okay.
I slept on the floor and then couldn't breathe.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like literally it. I slept on the floor and then woke up not being able to breathe.
Okay. What can you give me? So the floor, that is a broad term. Were you outside on the floor? Were you on a friend's floor, like on their apartment? Like
I was in my own room in my apartment.
Okay.
And Wayfair, the lovely company that is,
yes,
delayed my mattress arrival by 2 weeks and then canceled it.
Well, there goes our sponsor.
Yeah, I'm so.
Shit, dude. We got one sponsor, man.
Damn it, man. I'm sorry about
this
that.
podcast, as you could tell, makes zero money, and now we were in the
You at least got
negatives.
free furniture out of it.
We got free furniture out of it, but like they're definitely gonna cancel it once this comes out.
Oh, I mean, they canceled my mattress. They might as well cancel
Yeah,
this.
they might as well cancel this. Okay, so anyways, so you don't have a mattress, so you're on the floor in your apartment.
And I'm sleeping on, like, I had this plush, beautiful plush. He was, the studio audience was there when I bought it.
The studio audience, can we give him a hand for the studio audience? Beautiful. Shut up.
Yeah, what the hell, guys? I'm trying to be vulnerable here. Come on. And I bought this plush of a hot dog.
I'm sorry about them. I thought this was going to be like a good idea.
No, it never is.
It never is. And they're just...
Yeah, well, you need to get someone to control them with like a sign that says when they should clap.
Yeah, when they should clap and when they should be like, oh.
Exactly. I mean, get ready. You'll need to do that fairly soon.
Yeah.
We are talking about a hospitalization here.
Yes, of course. Very serious things.
Very serious things. So I purchased this beautiful like plush of a hot dog.
Okay.
That is a dog.
Okay.
So it's like a dog in a bun with like ketchup and mustard on it, and that's been my pillow.
Cute.
It's adorable. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And so that was my pillow. I slept on that, and I woke up the next day, started coughing a bit. Thought it was bronchitis for a while.
Right.
Went to an urgent care twice. Both times they were like, "Oh, you're fine. You're like, there's no problem. You're just gonna heal naturally. We'll just give you a cough suppressant." And then I coughed so much at night that I was delirious.
Okay.
Like I had such a small amount of oxygen getting to my brain that I was saying things to myself. I was having a conversation with myself, which made no sense. Like I was talking about why Australia has the best beer, which I've never had Australian beer. I don't think I've ever had Foster's. Audience thinks it's good. Okay. It's noted. I'll try some Foster's. And I was, and my reasoning was that they have koalas. And that koalas naturally make you have good beer. And that if we imported koalas into like everywhere else, it would be good. And I extended
Can I stop you real quick?
Yeah.
This is like normal, this is strange?
Yes, to me this was
when does it get strange?
What? Okay. Well, so eventually I came...
Because I mean, like, I think about that all the time. I don't know
about koalas
the
and beer?
studio audience. Yeah, like...
I don't know. Usually my faith stops me from thinking about beer too heavily.
Okay.
Despite me drinking anyway.
Right.
I'm a very faithful, good practicing. Definitely very good at that. But anyway,
do you want to get a beer after this?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay, great.
Actually.
Yeah, okay.
As long as it's not Foster's.
Okay, it won't be Foster's. I'll make sure of it.
Studio
audience, we have to make sure.
No Foster's. Although, yeah, okay, good.
Yep, great.
Anyway, so I had that. Go to urgent care twice, and both times they tell me it's bronchitis.
Yes.
Then I have to go to the hospital because when you are sick and you have a history of asthma, you have to record.
No, I know. I have the same thing.
Yeah. So I used a pulse oximeter.
Okay.
And the normal range of breathing is 95% blood oxygen to 100%. I was at 87.
Okay.
Which is like you can severely cause brain damage. You can cause brain damage with that little oxygen going to your brain.
That explains a lot on my end. Anyways, keep going.
And so I had to be hospitalized.
Right, of course.
I go to the hospital, get hospitalized. This is Cedars-Sinai, which my lovely roommate was like, this is a nearby hospital. Fails to mention this is the most expensive hospital in America.
Yeah.
And I don't have insurance yet.
Oh.
So 2 days of hospitalization there. Anyway.
Good care though, probably.
No, it was an excellent hospital.
That's
diagnosed me very quickly.
Yeah.
Got me on antibiotics.
I'm
healthy 5 days later. What? I don't remember that part. And so I'm in the hospital. And I'm having a conversation with the doctor, and the doctor's
Uh-huh.
like, this was the last possible moment you could have come to the hospital. Any later, you would either have life-altering complications because of the lack of oxygen. If you had come 4 days later, it's likely that you would have had some sort of cardiac arrest and possibly died.
You should have come 4 days later.
I know, right? It would have been great. It just...
They got it.
They-
Yeah.
And so, moral of this story, if you can't breathe, go to a hospital and not an urgent care. It turns out that that's a good distinction to make. So, that's the story of how LA killed me when I arrived.
It is fascinating because like I had like kind of the opposite effect when I went to Boston for school because I grew up because like Bakersfield, you're like, should I go to Bakersfield? I was like, to visit? I don't know. But we have some of the worst pollution on planet Earth, specifically in Bakersfield because it's in a valley. So then we get all this dirt and dust and then it just accumulates over the surface. So then someone with asthma like myself suffers even more, right? And then when I went to Boston, I actually got sick because it was such better air quality, and it took me like a while to get used to it. But then immediately I was like, I could breathe. I actually started running in college because I was like, I could do this now. It was crazy. Like I was like, oh,
the air is so good.
They're so good. So you almost died.
Pneumonia.
For
the second time this year.
Beautiful.
In the same lung.
I try to hit it 3 times a year, but
yeah.
I mean, like 2 is already pretty impressive.
2's pretty
That's
tough.
good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. So Andy brought it up in the previous podcast last week. I don't vividly remember like meeting you at a specific moment. I feel like we just like hit it off and like we just already had experiences.
Experiences. I'm blushing a little bit. So
it's okay.
I don't remember distinctly when we first met. Like I remember with Andy because that was the first time like I met most of the people I know.
Yeah.
But with you, it was I think just through Andy. I think I just met you a few times.
I feel like
it's probably at one of his parties, honestly.
Yeah, it honestly was just probably at one of his parties.
Or the calf.
Definitely at the calf. I'm pretty known at the calf.
I remember that, you son of a... Oh, God.
What was your perspective on that? Because you were actually like an audience member for
audience member of you in Speedos in a public place.
Yes.
Was... Okay.
Did you know about it, or were you just like, oh, I'm at the calf and Carson's going to do something?
I was at the calf and I didn't know you were going to do anything.
Oh, that's awesome.
And you just sort of showed up like all bulked out with your cock rag.
Yeah.
Noodle bag? Is that what it's called?
It is called noodle bags.
Noodle bags.
Shout out
noodle bags. And so and my initial thoughts were that like, oh, he's doing a sponsorship.
Yes.
And then when I learned that you were not, in fact, sponsored by Noodle Bags and did this anyway, my opinion of you was forever changed. There's a level of respect I have for the lack of shame that you have for your own actions.
Yeah, man.
Like I really do think that you're capable of anything if you can do that.
Yeah.
Which is not a good thing. Other than that, I would say that I feel so bad for everybody who was just trying to eat food and had to see your ass cheeks while eating a hamburger. I don't think I ever want to look at your ass cheeks while eating a hamburger.
The best part of that video is my roommate who filmed it. Shout out Mount Westergom. Like literally, I did not tell him to do this, but literally when I got to the point where I'm standing in front of everyone, he just zoomed straight into my butt.
Yeah,
and like, it was a perfect shot. It was like, take like Oppenheimer, like Alien, that shot.
Wow.
Any Tarantino movie
above
that shot.
So it's above Nolan. It's above Tarantino.
Yeah.
Who is Nolan's cinematographer? He's got a silly name, Hoyt van Hoytema.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually my real name.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, so that name just got super hard, especially like with substitute teachers. So I just went with Carson. But yeah, Oita is my name. You know?
Hoyt van Hoytema. I've had that thought myself of like, do I need to have a Hollywood name?
Yeah, you definitely do.
Sayyid Muhammad Ali Tahir, it doesn't scream Hollywood composer whatsoever. And part of me wants to go to like Hassan Minhaj route of being like, I'm unapologetically, you should learn how to pronounce this, since 3 of these are the most popular names on planet Earth.
Right.
Thanks, parents, for being creative.
Mm-hmm.
But the other part of me goes like, I think I could work as a Grant. Like, looking at me, I look like tech support, right? But like, if I just went to people and went like, hey, my name's Grant, like nobody would say no.
No.
Nobody would question me being like, oh yeah, my name's Grant. Good to meet you. My name's Grant Lee or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it because like
about Grant or about me being Grant?
No, not about either. I think about the concept.
Oh.
Because like my high school, we had like an international program and it was primarily Chinese students. And they would like foster like American names.
Yes.
And for me, I could tell some of them were like divided by it. Like for me, if you want me to learn your Chinese name, like if you want me to learn, like your name is not Chinese, but like
we'll give that away.
We'll give that. But even like learning your name, like I would rather respect that than calling you like Bob when like you're definitely not
Bob.
You're definitely not
definitely not Bob.
Sorry, your name's not Bob.
All right, Carson.
Yeah.
The hell is Ezel?
I don't know, dude. Fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank. Well, okay, so
here we go.
I'm not conflicted on it for one reason.
Okay.
You don't know what it's like to have someone royally mess up your Starbucks order.
I mean, I've messed up many people's Starbucks orders.
Well, thank you. You're part of the problem of like, when I say my name is Ali, like Muhammad Ali the boxer, how do you write Ayleigh?
Wow, that is crazy.
That's like Alay. Like, what the hell is that?
Okay, but at least like you made it pretty clear. Me being on the other end of the counter many times, being sleep deprived, angry, very angry actually most of the time, and then also being a drummer, and people are like, and then they're like, why did you not know my name was Jessica? And I'm like, how the fuck was I supposed to know that?
Okay, but Carson, going off of me not looking like Bob, right?
Yeah.
You can roll the dice when you see me walk in. You can write one of 3 names.
Bro, I would not do that.
And you're going to get it right a third of the time with me. Mohammed, like, you get Mohammed. I'm not going to get mad at you for guessing Mohammed. If you look at me and you guess Mohammed, I'm like, fair enough. With how many of us are called Mohammed?
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
That's respectful of you and kind of you.
Back to your PC cult, like
Yeah,
that we will.
Okay,
Our tribe wouldn't do that.
Okay, maybe me having the name Muhammad and Ali
Yeah.
is like, okay, fine, but like, just get it right, man. It's like not okay. Maybe sleep deprived. I get it. And if someone speaks in a way that is difficult for you to understand, but me as the very short, loud, whitest sounding mother rapper you've ever heard.
I'm saying your context. I totally get it, but I'm saying majority of people at Starbucks that like are especially our consistent customers.
Okay, maybe consistent customers because I'm not a consistent customer of Starbucks.
No, I just go. I go more than I would like to, but there's one right next to the studio I work at. So I like if I'm like dying and I need something, I just go there.
Carson, this is exactly why you take Xanax.
Like, dude, I don't know. I've just done it so many times. I'm too mellowed out.
Oh, you built up resistance? Yeah. Okay.
No,
I have like caffeine resistance, which has been.
Oh, my caffeine resistance. Like Xanax aside, my caffeine resistance is insane.
Yeah.
I drank a Celsius at 9 p.m. last night. Went to bed at like midnight.
There you go. That's how we do it.
That's like, that should not happen.
You went to bed at midnight?
I did.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I had work at 9 a.m. the next day.
And
I would like some sleep. Sleep's good. Sleep's the most important thing. You could eat terribly and like not exercise, but like if you have sleep, you have an upper hand on most other people.
Is that true?
That is very true.
I need to make some changes.
You can still make good music and get good sleep.
I don't believe you whatsoever with that. That's bullshit.
But you're also talking like about making your music, and you're like, oh, it's like schizophrenic music. Well, then yeah, I guess in your instance, you should probably not.
Well,
get much
yeah,
sleep.
actually, yeah, the like sleep deprivation is an artistic choice.
Right, and of course, yeah,
It's an artistic
choice. Do you tell your doctor that at Cedar Sinai?
I try to not tell them that I'm a musician because they get the wrong idea about what I put into my body.
I see. One time, I told Andy this. One time I went to get like my yearly. It was actually in July, and he was like asking me like the list of like generic questions to ask, like how healthy a person is, and he went, any drugs? And I'm like, not really. Like, no. He's like, so then he lumps these two because they're the same drug. Marijuana, coke, and in my dumb brain, I like answer the marijuana part, but then don't elaborate. And so I just go, which is accurate. I have maybe a little bit of weed every now and again. So I just go, not too much. And then he goes, huh? And I go, oh, wait, no coke, no coke. And he was like, and like still doesn't believe me. And I'm like, listen, little bit of weed. And he was like, and then I was just like, this is weird.
Well, so I had the same
and
kind
he
of
was
thing.
like, can you pull your pants up? And I was like, is this not the prostate part? He's like, you're 23.
Oh,
and I
God.
was like, I still can't get it.
Well, okay, so maybe he was just a little bit not open to exploration.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Guy's kind of like a square, you know? Like,
a square?
Yeah, he's freaking square.
Hey, yeah, anybody who doesn't want to shove their hand up my ass is a square.
Exactly, man.
Okay, so I had the same thing, which is funny. Except it wasn't about. It was less so about drugs and more so I'm being hospitalized for my lungs not working, right? And this person is like they asked me if I smoke, and I'm like, is this even a question? Who with asthma would do this?
Right.
And this person, this doctor, I don't understand what goes through someone's mind when they think that I would hide that I smoke while being hospitalized for pneumonia. I shed, like, I'm afraid for the people that this doctor is dealing with. If they're hiding that they fucking smoke when they're being hospitalized for their lungs not working.
Sometimes you just want your private life to be your private life.
Well, wasn't smoking is private? You can't do it in your own home. Well, maybe you shouldn't, I should say.
I don't know.
Do you smoke?
Maybe they smoke crack and they're just trying to hide that they don't, you know.
Oh.
You know.
Well,
smoking could be a lot of things.
Why would you hide crack?
Why would I hide it?
Yeah, well, maybe physically you could hide it, but as a habit.
I don't know.
I don't think that's something that you should hide.
It's generally
you
frowned
should be open.
upon.
You should be open about your drug abuse.
Hide the crack in your crack.
Exactly.
Thank you, studio audience.
Points
to Nimrod for an interesting reason.
Have you been in Nimrod's crack?
Oh yeah, every day.
Oh, beautiful.
And that's enough from the studio audience.
Why do we have them here?
Dude, I don't know. They were like, can we please come? Oh, yeah, we are going to get Korean barbecue. I'm ready for the meat sweats.
I'm sorry, what?
Eating so much meat. Have you never?
That you see? Carson, I'm not Korean. I wouldn't call this what I have is not
like
Korean
when you
barbecue.
go lay down at night.
None of us.
And you're just so like full of all the steak you ate that you just start sweating and it's just all meat.
Carson, I think your mom experiences that occasionally, but I've never. Your mom jokes are not in fashion anymore whatsoever.
I was gonna say that was
a bit of a miss. Okay, but like, meat sweats. This is a real thing. I know. Genuinely, I've never heard of this.
No, I think like I might be specific to Korean barbecue, but like I have had it before.
You've had me. Okay,
it's also like hyperbole though. Like it's just like you have eaten so much, and specifically like high fatty, like like steak and stuff that. You start sweating it out, and then you start smelling like meat.
I'm sorry, I'm a child. Nice.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Dude.
Okay, you learned something new. Meat sweats are real.
Meat sweats are real.
Meat
Look it
sweats are
up on
real.
Urban Dictionary, dude. It's probably on there.
I don't want to look up meat on Urban Dictionary, if I'm going to be honest.
Meat sweats.
Meat sweats.
Not just meat. They also don't show you pictures. It's just descriptions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the point of searching anything on that then?
For like accurate definitions of slang terms like skibbity.
Oh, okay. So when I'm on the Urban Dictionary, it's for like the helicopter maneuver.
Yeah.
Oh, the audience member.
Really, really related
Yeah.
with the helicopter maneuver.
Helicopter maneuver.
I also really love the dynamic change from what you and Andy were talking about to the vibe of this whole episode.
Yeah. Well, so okay, if you think about it, the I'm the same in both. There's only one thing that's changing, and I
Yeah.
think that should create some reflection on your end.
For sure. I think also too, back to me losing brain cells. Like I am a drummer, so like
Sure,
I may have some intellectual thought here and there,
but it's rare.
It's pretty rare.
It's rare.
Like I remember one time I said something semi-smart. Like I said something like the time changes in the fall, and Andy just went, "Good, Carson." And I was like, "Oh, finally, I did something." And then I counted the song in wrong.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, so Carson, on the subject of drummers being stupid,
Yeah.
I think it's true. However,
Okay. Are you
you
calling Corey Hall stupid? Is that what you're saying right
I
now?
will openly call him an idiot. I love him.
Okay,
He's
all
like,
right.
yeah, I
Not
love that
backing down.
man.
I love him too.
But okay, well, so drummers, when they are band leaders, happen to be like some of the best ever.
Yeah.
What is that? How can like an organism of such little neuron activity, like how can something like that organize a band and have it be successful? Like, can you even count to more than 4?
I'm trying to think.
I can help,
Wait.
but only so far. I don't know that many numbers.
2.
Yeah.
So the reason the drum no, I think the reason drummers become really good band leaders, because it is interesting because a lot of drummers are really good engineers as well.
Mm-hmm. Nice try.
Huh?
I know that you're an engineer drummer, so
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm a good engineer. I'm just saying generally they are.
Mhm.
I
Totally.
suck at engineering. What is it? I think because you're thinking differently than, because like guitarists, no offense, you're thinking most of the time like about your tone and like where you're sitting. I think drummer has to think about like everything most of the time. There are some drummers that are absolutely full of themselves that are just like, I'm playing this part. Listen, I'm saying some drummers. That could include me. All right? Settle down.
I think you're wrong about guitar players.
I think some guitar players are definitely just like...
Yeah, like the ones in the studio audience.
Yeah, the
But,
studio audience. But I think drummers do have to be more cognizant of what's around them. And... like, I don't know. I really can't explain it to you, but it is interesting, the phenomenon that like most drummers are good, like at both of those facets, both engineering and
Well,
being
like,
band
so,
leader.
okay, people make fun of Lars Ulrich a
Yeah.
lot. Because, yes, he's not the best drummer.
Sure.
But the entity of Metallica
Is solely dependent on Lars.
is solely dependent on him. He is, as a songwriter, he's actually very, very smart about
Yeah.
how to arrange and make a song really pop.
Yeah, and he's also a good performer.
Very good performer and a brilliant businessman. He's
Yeah.
really good with that stuff.
So that's my thing, is like, I think a lot of people diss him or whatever, but it's like, you know, sure. One, as I've said on this show many times, I think Saint Anger is kind of good. It's kind of good. I think there's some good songs.
You're allowed to have wrong opinions. Everybody's
You're allowed to wear stupid sweatshirts.
Oh, this is a cardigan.
I didn't say I was smart.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
What was I saying? No, so I think that's why he's still admirable though, and that's why that band has lasted so long, is because he's taken kind of the helm and like pushing that
Sure.
forward. Whereas other drummers where they're just focusing on craft may falter when there isn't a really good band leader that's actually like pushing the band forward.
Well, I also think that one of the unique parts about how in metal the musicians interact with each other, it's fairly common for a guitar and bass to be playing intricate parts for the entire song.
Yeah.
Drummers usually are not able to be like truly like intricate in the way of like they can't be filling the entire song, right?
No.
Usually, like if you think about your standard metal thing, they're very much just supporting what the guitar and bass are doing.
Yeah.
Rather than just going like, here's the cool grooves I can play. Check out this metric modulation.
Yeah, because then you would get kicked out after the first rehearsal.
You just
The whole point, like, I think, especially when I'm doing the Last of Demon stuff, and I always explain this to people, is like, my job in that band is just to make sense of their psychopathy. You know, like, like half the stuff they give me, it's cool, but I'm like, dude, people still have to have an anchor. You know, so like that's what drums are supposed to do. Like, yeah, you have drummers like, and prog allows more drummers to be more intricate, but they're still just like trying to lock down the crazy time signature.
Right.
You know, but that still gives them more opportunity to do cool fills because those wider range of crazy time signatures allow for some cooler parts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh for sure. And I think like
3.
Oh, not bad. You'll get there.
I did it, guys.
We got one more. Come on. The number of people in this room?
7.
Okay. Yeah. Better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
But okay, like the drummers, that whole thing of like on top of their role as like being not as in the forefront as the other members, I think that, I mean, if you think about what makes a good motif in general, it's almost, pitch forms a very important component, but rhythm is truly like what separates what would be something okay from something great.
Yeah.
It's more like why a John Williams ostinato, that's why everybody knows what that is, because the rhythm is interesting. Is an interesting kind of ostinato rhythm versus like like if it was just straight eighth notes, that'd be kind of boring.
Yeah.
Right. So just adding 16th notes there, that interest is what makes it great. And drummers have a much greater understanding of rhythm naturally than anybody else.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, especially when you hear like someone like let's like think of any great drummer who leads bands. Like Ari Honig is a really great drummer. Does great jazz tunes. And if you listen to how the melodies in those work, almost always I find them catchier. And I think it's because the understanding of rhythm that drummers possess leads them naturally to writing melodies that aren't just like eighth notes, like straight eighth notes or whole notes.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
It's interesting. A lot of my favorite composers that write beautiful melodies in like the game world, they're drummers.
Yeah.
Like Jason Graves, I absolutely adore his music. He's a drummer, first and foremost. Writes incredible melodies.
Right.
It's entirely because he, like, I think having that rhythmic understanding, which is why I think everybody really should practice and transcribe as much stuff rhythmically as they can, because your vocabulary melodically and pitch wise is something that people normally practice as a guitarist. It's normal for you to practice scales. If could any one of the guitarists in this room play every possible combination of eighth notes in 7/8? Maybe. Now make it a little bit more complicated. Can they do every version of eighth notes with 16th notes? No. If you just add one 16th note to that and move that 16th note around, I'm sure many of us would find that a little bit difficult. Whereas a drummer could just read that. Yeah. And they just be like, oh yeah, whatever that is, whatever that would be, right? And I think that fundamental understanding that you have, if other instruments started taking that seriously, I think you get some incredible writing.
I know what happened.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to move the wave from the last recording, so
Okay.
it saved it right there.
So that
But
is that the 30-minute mark or
I mean, it's not even like the 30-minute, but it's just like that's just when the last episode ended. I wanted to give you an opportunity. Please plug everything that you do musically before we head out.
Okay, yeah.
Because
so
you ended on a very profound note. Like you added a very good period, and then the music. It was almost divine.
Divine, yeah.
From the cult.
The cults.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From
quite the journey
Xanadu
to
the cult to almost dying. It's just divine. Like that was just your period right there.
That was it.
Please tell the people the music that you do, because it is like I genuinely, it's very great.
Oh, thank you so much. So I'm in 2 bands, both of which one of which has already released music and will be releasing an album fairly soon, and the other one, which we're finishing up an album that'll be out by early next year, maybe even the end of this year. Let's see how fast I can get this stuff done. So
Get less sleep.
Get less sleep. Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. So the first band, which does have music out right now, is Voodoo Baby Aliens. We are interstellar jazz punk is what we call ourselves.
It's very good.
Very, very, like I think post-punk is a good place to draw a comparison to, with a lot of weird fusion-y jazz stuff in there. A lot of fun. The musicianship is incredible. All the people I'm blessed to be able to have played with these incredible musicians. And the other one, which is Ali Tahir's Thick Orchestra, is a large format, large ensemble metal band that does jazz, film score, classical metal fusion, almost like symphonic metal, if the people who wrote symphonic metal knew how to arrange music past the 2nd grade level. I
agree with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I'm kind of tired of just hearing soaring violins while the ensemble plays held chords. Septic Flesh is dope though. I'll give them that. Septic Flesh, they know what they're doing. But yeah, so those are my 2 projects. The other one, the metal band, is going to be we're currently re-recording drums, but otherwise we're pretty much done.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Please go check it out, guys. It's very good.
I'm also a composer too, and that's probably what I'll end up doing for the rest of my life. So
please
spill
meander and spill your Gatorade
on
all
your
over
amplifier.
my amp.
It's yeah, we'll try.
4.